Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Azure and AI Show. And with me today is Joseph from Lagos in Nigeria. And we also got Timoteo, and he is in Nigeria as well. And Joseph is going to do some stuff on forests, and he's going to do a demo then as well. And Timoteo has some stuff then for us. And if we have time, I might do some overview on artificial intelligence. Nothing too comprehensive now, just an introduction sort of thing. So, Joseph, oh yeah, well, my name is Frank Falvey, and I'm from Cork in Ireland. And over to you. So, Joseph, you can share your screen. You're on mute at the moment.
Sorry.
Okay,
You hear me
no
now?
worries.
Yes, we can hear you.
Uh, we can hear you now, Joseph. Yeah,
Okay, so I'm just going ahead to share my screen.
sure.
Share entire screen. Okay, so like I was saying, good evening to everyone who is in my time zone. For those in the morning, I want to say good morning to you. My name is Joseph, as I'm earlier introduced. So today we are just going to be talking about voice, setting up telephony system for Microsoft Teams. I will just quickly go to my environment and we'll just walk through one particular document that I so much like the way Microsoft explained it. This document is one of those documents that everyone should try to read through if you are interested in um, going into voice. So, what is voice itself? So, these articles actually help you to decide which Microsoft voice solution is right for you. So actually, when it comes to voice in Microsoft Teams, maybe I'll bring up my pins for you. We have the other part. So this first part here, you can call it the SIP, and this other part is the PSTN. So for SIP, the session initiation protocol, it's when you are in Teams and you just initiate a call by using someone's email address. Let's say I want to call this guy. I just hit this, or I come here to look for one of the users here, and I just hit on this, and I have option to call. So if I go to call here, I don't have any phone number, so I just have to use the email address to call. So that is SIP call. So for PSTN calls, that is the kind of calls that you make when you have um, you have phone number in Teams. So I will just quickly hit on this. While that is loading, I'll come back to my paint. So for PSTN call, you have a phone number that you can use to call. So this phone number you're talking about is the this actually gets you connected to what is called the public switch telephone network. So if you do this, the caller can have the same phone number that he is using on the mobile phone migrated to Microsoft Teams, or can decide to use phone numbers that are provided by Microsoft, or can decide to use phone number provided by Operator Connect. We are going to look at all of those, or can go for the option of direct routing. So I was trying to bring up something and I clicked on Teams. So this is just trying to load up. So I will hide this. So I'll go back to these documents. I'll show you all that. So this article help you to decide which Microsoft Voice solution you want to go for your organization. After you've decided, the article provide roadmap to connecting to the content that you actually want to, consume. You might want a simple solution, Microsoft Teams phone with calling plan. I will explain all of these. So what it means is that you want Microsoft to be your phone number provider. You don't want to go elsewhere. is simple, straightforward to set up, but unfortunately, it is not all the countries in the world where you can have Microsoft phone system and calling plan set up for you. So because of that, there are some consideration you would want to give. So this option for using Microsoft calling plan is all in one cloud solution, so that it provides the PBS functionality and call to the PSTN, like I just tried to explain in that my paint. Now, as shown in the diagram, so what is just here is you have phone system, you have calling plan, all from Microsoft as your PSTN carrier. So you just have your phone number in Teams, and then you can call. I'll try to refresh this. I hope it's just taking some time to come up. So that is still talking about this. So if your answer to this, you want Microsoft to do everything for you regarding your telephony system, then calling plan is what you have to go for. Calling plan is available. So you want to find out, if you want to plan, you want to ask yourself, is calling plan available in my region? So you don't need to retain your current PSTN carrier. That is, if you have a phone number provider, you don't want to retain that phone number carrier, you can decide to drop the phone number or port it to Microsoft, and you want to use it in Microsoft. So you want to use Microsoft Managed Access PSTN. Yeah. So you can even decide to get a pure phone number, as in a new phone number from Microsoft. Then if you are a small to medium business, 300, like Microsoft distinguished enterprise from business, Microsoft now has a bundle that has domestic calling plan with Teams phone system, which we are going to look at. So your situation might be more complex. For example, if you have offices located in, for example, if you have an office that is located in, say, regions where the phone number system is not available, and you also have branches in places where phone numbers are available, then you want to consider the option of using Microsoft phone numbers, using the other options, which can be classified into two. You're using third-party provider, which is known and registered with Microsoft, talking about Operator Connect, or you want to go for direct routing. So you can actually integrate all of these to form a very complex system if phone numbers are not available in your region. Or you might need to combine solutions that are more complex, like what I was trying to say, to deploy a complex solution like what I just described. Then what that means is that you have Teams phone with calling plan, which is from Microsoft directly. Then you have Teams phone with your own PSTN carrier, which is Operator Connect. And then you have Teams phone with your own PSTN mobile carrier with Teams Phone Mobile, or you want to use Teams phone with your PSTN carrier using direct routing. Then a combination of these that use Teams phone can, with calling plan, Teams phone number with Operator Connect, and all of these are possible in a tenant. So this is actually very sometimes confusing. So if I bring up this paint again from what I'm trying to describe, I am saying that we have SIP call. You just go ahead, call with email address to your internal user. If you have someone's email address outside the organization, you can make call, depend on the permission from the two environments, you can make call. Then you have PSTN. Under the PSTN, you can have three other options. We can say one, two, and then the third option here. That is to say, one is that you are using Microsoft. Second is that you are using Operator Connect. Let me just quickly use OC to represent that. Or you are using direct routing, that is DR. You are using direct routing. Now, if you are using Microsoft, means that Microsoft is the one providing the phone system as well as the calling plan. Then if you are using direct routing, if you are using Operator Connect, you're actually leveraging on system that is set up by an organization registered with Microsoft to provide phone numbers that can be used in Microsoft Teams. Or you are using direct routing, which will not even make your numbers available, but you are using a completely personalized phone calling system. So all these conditions actually determine what you can do. So if calling plan, I think once someone's microphone is not muted. So if if um, if Microsoft phone number is not available in your region, you can decide to go for Operator Connect. If that Operator Connect is available in your region, fine. But in case it's not available, you still have the option to go for direct routing. So moving on with the document. So for user summary of all the case scenario is what is in this diagram. It's actually a PDF. I think we can share this on the description so that you can also go and try to read through and have this document downloaded. I mean the PDF, and look at it. Now, if you are interested in PSTN conferencing for audio conferencing as well, but just note that audio conferencing is actually voice, so it gives you the opportunity to be able to call into Microsoft Teams meeting without you having connection to the internet. That is, you can use your phone number to call into a meeting, and this happens if you set up audio conferencing, right, for the user who is setting up the meeting. So if you have just phone that has access to make calls, then you can dial in and provide the conference ID to join a call. But this does not require phone system. I'm going to explain. I'm just promising a lot of things, but I know that we'll try to cover all of those. So what do you need to read? So Teams phone, and then the PSTN. This is just explaining it to you so that I don't want us to take too much time looking at it. So this is going to be like a series. So as time progresses in this show, we are going to be looking at the auto attendant and call queue. We'll look at cloud voice and the calling identity. We'll definitely do all of those, setting up all of these things. But I just want us to have the granular idea behind the voice in Teams. So unfortunately, this is not trying to load for me, but I'll try again and see. Okay, so why that is trying to do what it is doing, I just want to explain this again from the very beginning. We are leaving SIP behind. We are going to be focusing on the PSTN. Okay, so now if you want a user to have voice in Microsoft Teams, that is to be able to use phone number to make call in Teams, two things are involved. One, one is the phone system, and the other is calling plan. One is phone system, and the optional one is the calling plan. Okay, the optional one is the calling plan. So what we are trying to say is, if for example you want to make voice call in Teams, you need phone system, which is compulsory for the two of them. Phone system is compulsory for the two of them, whether you are going to be using Microsoft calling plan or not. You need to have this because it's more like you having a telephone, and then before you decide which network you are going to be using to make your call, so what is there is if you look at calling plan, the option depends on if you are going to be using Microsoft, then you have to go for, there are two basic licenses that you can look at. If you want to make local call only, then you are going for local calling plan. Then if you are going to be making international calls, you are going for international calling plan. And there is local and international calling plan. So that is if you are going for the option of Microsoft. So for the both, you have phone system needed, phone system license needed. Then the option to use calling plan depends on which operator is going to handle your call routing. Then if it is Microsoft, then of course you need calling plan. Calling plan. If it is any other process you want to use to route your calls, if you are depending on any other system, say for example, if you are depending on Operator Connect, or you are depending on direct routing, then calling plan is a no for you. But if you want to use Microsoft Call, if you want to use MS, then calling plan is important that you get it. Now, what are the type of calling plan? Like I mentioned, you have local, you have international, and then you have local and international calling plan. Okay, so having said that, the next point that you need to look at is how do you even get the phone system license? Let's say you want to set up a user and you want this user to be able to have the option to make calls in Teams. How do you even get the required license for this user? So if you come to the aspect of licensing, for phone system license comes with the M365 E5 or O365 E5 license. So if you are buying any of the E5 O or M, then it means that you are going to definitely have the phone system coming with the license as an add-on. But anything that is making you go for anything below that, ranging from E3, E1, Microsoft Business Premium, Business Standard, Business Basic, or any other license you are using, definitely you would need to have to go and get add-on as M365 phone system. So I'll just come here. I think I have the environment opened here that I can quickly show you um, how the phone number appears here in one of my VMs here. So this is a user that has all the requirements to make call using this phone number to PSTN calls. So if this user has your mobile number, it can dial this number, and depending on the license that this user has, it can make a call to you directly to your mobile phone from Teams. But this other user in this environment cannot do same because he does not have that feature of dial-pad. So how and what process do you follow to get that for a user? Let's say we want to focus on the option of using calling plan, Microsoft calling plan, not the operator connect, because right inside Teams admin center, if you come to voice, then you have option of phone numbers, you have operator connect, you have direct routing. Then these three options here, if I go to operator connect, for example, that I am not using Microsoft calling plan, then there are registered operators with Microsoft that I can decide to go get phone numbers from if I do not want to get from Microsoft. These are my operator connect set up when today. Then that was the last update. Of course, I just tried out some stuff before this call. Then if I go to operator connect, that is if calling plan is not available in my region, and I want to find out if the particular operator connect is available in my country, that I can leverage on. Hey, please give me your phone number to use in Microsoft. Then, like, I have Airtel here, I have Access, I have all of this here. I can decide to just hit on anyone and try to check their ratings and check their phone number, their call rates, and all of that, and see if I'm going to be paying for the phone numbers, if I'm going to be maintaining them, for keeping them with me or something. But I must tell you that Microsoft phone numbers are free of charge so long you meet up with the license requirements. So for example, if I wanted to go for CBTS, I can just hit on this and I'll see myself in their sites and I'll try to check their rating, connect with their customer support, and get my phone numbers in Teams, and I can assign to users. So this is telling me how to, state the numbers I'm looking for and do all of that. Yeah, so that is if I'm using the operator connect option. Then if I want to use Microsoft, I need to go for phone numbers. So if I go for phone numbers for Microsoft Teams, then there are steps that I need to follow to be able to get these phone numbers. Then before I can get the phone numbers, I have two requirements. One of those requirements is that I must in this tenant have a phone system, and the second option is that I must have calling plan, right? So for me, if I don't have phone system and calling plan, then my phone numbers are not going to be popping up for me to be able to purchase from Microsoft. I told you they are free, but you still have to do place order to get those phone numbers. So this is just a bit delaying to load up for me, but I'll try to wait for it. But while that is doing that, I would try and I'll try and take you here first. So how do you get those licenses? How you do it is, if I come to users and I go to active users, for example, and then I know that mod admin has E5 license. So let me just search for mod admin in this tenant. And then because he has E5, if I go under his licenses and arms, then I'll definitely see that he has phone system license that is coming from the license that he has, and phone system license being an add-on on the license, the base license that he has. So I'm coming down to licenses and apps, and if I scroll down, just waiting for it to load up. Okay, so if I come here, I'm going to see that these are the licenses he has, and if I expand the apps that he has, and I will scroll down to until I see Microsoft phone system, Microsoft phone system license. Let me just take time. Yeah, Microsoft phone system, and it's coming from E5. So there is no other license that would come with this. But if I have E5, I can always have this listed among the license that this guy has. So that meets one of the requirements. So the second thing this guy needs to do is to make sure that he has calling plan license available to him. So I'll go to billing. So the way I can do that is to go to billing. If I go to purchase services, the next point is I need a calling plan. So if I don't have calling plan license and phone system license, I cannot get a phone number that I want to assign to a user. So I'll just wait for this to come up, and then I'll try to search for the options that are available for phone system, because that is required for us to be able to go to get phone numbers from Microsoft. So while that is coming up again, I'll quickly come here. So how do you get phone numbers for Microsoft? These are phone numbers that I have already. So if I want to add phone numbers, let's say all of them are assigned. For example, these three are assigned to users already. This one is assigned to mod admin. This one is assigned to Adele. This one is assigned to Alex. So what I can do is I'll click on add, and then I'll just give the order a name. I'll just call it AI show. Let me just call it AI show. I show, and then I'll just, so it's just needed for me to give a description for my port order. Then I'll check my region that I want to. Now, for me to be able to check phone numbers available in available in Microsoft calling available in that one. So that is where the option of I want to go for Prathap Connect, or I want to go for direct routing comes in. So if Microsoft phone numbers are available in my environment and they are less cheaper than, or they are cheaper than the other people providing phone numbers, then I'd rather go for Microsoft. So apart from the cost consideration, availability to makes people to go to the option of going to use third parties. But for now, we are going to be focusing on using Microsoft calling plan. So I just want to, I know this tenant is located in the US, so I'm just going to bring US, and then it will ask me phone number. And then these are the types of phone numbers that you can obtain from Microsoft. You can go for user subscriber number, you can go for call queue tool, you can go for auto attendant, call queue free, that toll free. And this, I'll just quickly take time to explain this. You have user subscriber number. User subscriber number is a phone number you assign to a user, obviously. Then for call queue and auto attendant, this depends on you trying to do like automatic voice. When you talk about auto attendant, like press one to this, press two to that, that's when you call those numbers. Or call queue for agents that are in a queue where they are waiting to receive call, right, from people, like maybe a waiting room for people to be attended to, calls that are coming in. So that's for call queue. So it depends on what you want to use those phone numbers for. But I said we are going to put this in series, so that I'm going to, at one point, maybe by next week or so, we can talk about the call queue and the auto attendant. So just very quickly, we are going for user subscriber number. So the next point is that you see where the option is again, who is my phone number provider. I just want to stick to Microsoft for now. Then for this, my environment, I have 26 remaining. So how many of these numbers? Now the quantity of phone numbers you can obtain depends on the quantity of the phone system and calling plan license that you have in your environment. In short, it relies basically on the calling plan in your environment. So let's say out of the 26 I have remaining, I just want us to obtain like two inside of those numbers. So the next thing it want to ask me is my emergency location. So this emergency location is very important for emergency. You can have emergency address to see those that you have. So how do you check those emergency locations? You come here, go to the emergency address to see those emergency address that you set up already, or you can decide to set new ones up while you're obtaining phone numbers. So while this is again coming up, I will take you back to this place and then I'll show you all products, and we try to search for the calling plan. Remember, I left here when it was still loading, and I just said so that we don't delay ourselves. So that's again still delaying, and this one is also slow. So I don't know why things are slow today. So let me just quickly flip here and see which is going to be faster.
So I think Joseph just dropped there from the call, so we just give him 2 minutes to see will he come back.
Yeah,
Welcome
I think we
Matthew
lost him.
Brown. Welcome Stephen. How are
Yeah,
you?
hiya.
Hey Frank, how are
Welcome,
you keep?
Matthew. Semi
Hi,
dialogue.
hi Stephen.
Hey
How you?
Steven, what's up, bro?
Fine, fine. Yeah.
Hi Matthew.
Hi, Temi.
Dio? Dio,
Pronounce
Dio
that
is
for me.
okay. Just
Tayo. Okay,
okay.
perfect.
Baby
Yeah.
Dio. It's actually
Hi,
Timmy Dio, but you can say Dio.
Dio, perfect. Yeah, no, that's I
Yeah.
All
love.
right.
I hate pronouncing people's names wrong. So thanks for
Same here.
clarifying that live.
Sure.
Come here. It's
Yeah.
lovely to meet everyone here. Stephen, it's my first time meeting you as well. So it's nice to meet you all.
Yeah,
Um,
nice.
I'll try become a regular again with the Azure AI show.
Mm-hmm.
Ginny, me and Frank started this off nearly 2 years ago, and it's been Frank's baby, but it's nice to kind of be back on it and say hello to everyone. Hopefully I'll be able to do some AI stuff with you on the next one.
Yeah,
Yep, you're
very
welcome.
good.
Sure,
So,
great.
like, I'm just looking at the banner up on top there, and now we're actually broadcasting out to 3 LinkedIn channels and
Yeah.
2 YouTube channels and 1 Twitter or X at the moment. So
Yeah, I
that's
think you have two. I'm also broadcasting on my YouTube channel and then on
yeah,
LinkedIn.
yeah. I just see that there, so I just edited the thing. So it's a big reach now that the channel has. Um,
Yeah.
so Timideo, we're not sure
Okay.
if Joseph can make it back. Do you want to start off on your one and he can take it up?
Uh, okay.
Okay.
Like I said already, basically it's I just did put some stuff together while Joseph was talking. So and I think I would just want to continue from the conversation we were having earlier about the intro to tech I was talking about. And this is for the audience that already asking themselves what is Azure and what is AI, and how to get into tech in general. So basically, I just designed something right now, and if we're good to go, I can just share my screen if you. Let's go.
Yeah. So you can
All
see the
right.
thing
Let's.
down. Yeah. Hit the
Yeah.
present button and you'll see click on entire screen
Yep.
and
And
I should see it coming up then.
yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
Yes, I think I just did. Let me know when you can see my screen. Can you?
2 seconds there now. Yeah, I'll just add it there now.
All right. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. So
There you
basically,
go.
I just put this up right now, and I'll just let me present, and let's say okay. So this is what I just did right now, and I want to talk more about getting into tech in general and letting people know what tech is all about. I know a lot of persons have been asking questions, and some persons that are seeing the Azure AI show for the first time are like, "Ah, what's this all about? What is the whole tech scheme all about?" So I'll be talking about getting into tech industry, and this is just a little presentation, like I said. I just put it up. So now, what I did here is defining your goals, learning the basics, and choose a tech part. So now I'm just gonna read what it's all about and then talk about it. I said identify the interest within the tech industry. It's a broad field with various roles like software management, data science, cybersecurity, UI UX design, and more. And where we are talking from or speaking from right now, we're speaking from the cloud technologies, and that's where we get the Azure. On the cloud, we're not just stick to only Azure as well, guys. So we have the AWS and all this kind. So defining your goals, what you're all about, what you want to do, how you think you already been made is the major thing you need to know. Is the major thing you need to do. And I tell people when I want to take it down to the traditional way, I tell you that whatever you see yourself doing seamlessly, if you know you're the kind of person who talks a lot, who can relate to a lot of people, who can actually convince a lot of people into doing things, into getting them to know what they are called for, or getting to convince a lot of people, then you should start talking about the sales rep, or talking about the customer service representative, and there are other things you need to do on these positions. You know, being a sales rep on in the tech space, it's getting to know what exactly will I be selling, what exactly would I be talking about, and what exactly would I be selling to my audience or my customers or my clients or the people I'm working with. Same thing with the tech support. If you want to be a tech support engineer because you talk too much and you not too much actually because you know how to talk, you know how to communicate, you know how to relate with people um, and take people along. Then in the tech support, there are different angles you can actually go into. Now, what are the goals? What are the goals that I am talking about here when I say define your goals in the tech industry? When I know I'm the kind of person who loves fine art, who loves drawing, who loves designing, who love things that look so colorful, and I can bring and match colors together. I can actually automatically recommend myself to go into the UI UX design or the graphics design or whichever space that has to do with graphics, that has to do with color related entity. So it's the tech space. It's wide and it can accommodate whatever thing you're doing, wherever you are, whatever you can do, and there's actually a space for you in the tech. No matter what you do currently, there's actually a space for you in tech. It's just for you to narrow it down, get someone who can help you amplify what you do, and take your interest and help you um, bring out the tech part of whatever you do. And given that scenario right now, you can actually come into the UI UX design and graphics design or the virtual coding or virtual designs as well. So a lot of stuff you can actually go into, and you can learn the basics. Now, what do I mean by learning the basics? Getting into tech, you must be ready to learn. must be ready to say, okay, this is my time. I want to know what I'm doing. I want to know how to get what I want to get. I want to know what this stuff is all about. It's not about you having a passion. It's not about you um, defining your goals a lot, but it's about you start the implementation. The implementation starts with learning. It starts with you getting to know the basics, getting to know the fundamental concepts about everything that you want to learn, about the field or the sector you are pushing yourself into. Familiarize yourself with the fundamental concepts of computer science and technology. That is, if you choose to be the rookie or the one that wants to go to school, you want to get a degree for that. Not every one of us, this is me speaking based on the people I know, not every one of us actually went through the four walls of schools, of the institution or universities. And majority of us just got to like a trade or a tech part or a skill, and we went to amplify it from online platforms or some tech industries or tech communities or tech guideways. So you can actually do that. You can actually get to know the fundamentals of all what you want to learn from. I gave a lot of examples here from the Code Academy, from Coursera, from Udemy. You can learn from even from your friends as well. And we have a lot of traders here as well. We have Frank, we have Dan Ray, who is absent here. We have Matthew, we have Steven, and we have a whole lot of persons that could actually put you in that light. And if you go through various LinkedIn, you can actually see some of the parts ways that we're already into. So learn from the basics, learn from the best, learn from the persons that you already know they are already in that part. They're already going through that part. So you could learn the basics. And talking about choose a tech part. Now, after defining a goal, which is I want to become a cybersecurity specialist, I want to become a graphics designer, I want to become a web developer, I want to become an app developer, I want to be a software developer, I want to be a software programmer or a computer programmer. That is getting a goal. You already know where you're going to. So that's a final destination. Now, learning the basics of whatever you want to go to is the second. Now, you have to choose a part. This is exactly what I was trying to talk about earlier on with Frank and Joseph. I talked about a lot of people. This is where they mix it up, which is the third part, choosing the tech part. They all want to get into tech. Everybody wants to get into tech. Everybody wants to make money. Everybody wants to get their hand busy, but none of them know, okay, where is the guide and what to do and where to go. Um, I think you should watch out for the next post of Frank. He talked about uploading a post on his blog where he actually explains and gives a guide on how to choose a tech part. Now, the best way for me to tell you how to choose a tech part is once you have a basic understanding, choose a specific area to specialize in. This might involve learning a programming language, just like the Python, Java, JavaScript. You can learn um, Ruby and Rail. They are actually different. These are when you are going into the programming part, when you're going to the software programming or computer programming. It depends on whatever you want to go to, whatever skill you want to go to. You have to familiarize yourself with the tools or the softwares that is being used in that environment. Now, how do you get to know that? Okay, on talking since we are on the Azure and AI show, you want to get into Azure, you want to be an Azure specialist. So, what part of Azure are you thinking of going to? You just want to come into Azure and okay, deploying on the what would I call it now? After doing the AZ 900, you've done the AZ 104. So, what next? Where do you want to go to? Because those taught they teaches you about the identity, teaches you intro into Azure. So now, what sector of Azure do you want to go to? Are you going to the security angle? Are you going to the networking angle? You have to just pick a part. You have to know the part so you don't get confused or get too many informations and you don't even actually know where to go. So it's better to pick a part. You have to focus on the particular part of technology. You have to build yourself around that part of technology. And this is where I always recommend you having a mentor or having someone as a guide. When you have a mentor, when you have someone as a guide, the person helps you to model yourself into becoming a tech enthusiast or a tech expert. and that will lead you to the specific part you want to learn. So now the number four, I talked about building a portfolio, and the next one was networking. The sixth one is getting an education. Building a portfolio, I just did not put this exactly the way it should be though. Please don't mind the numberings, okay? There's some things that should come up before building a portfolio, but this is me just trying to put some stuff together so we can actually get to understand what to do before getting into tech, or how to get into tech and how to transcend into tech easily. So now, yeah, I talked about building a portfolio, create a portfolio of projects to showcase your skills. That is after you've gotten into the areas you want to be and you've already gotten a mentor. So before you perfect your portfolio, then the very first thing you should do is to get a mentor, get a guide, get someone who is already on that feed that you can actually work with. So I would actually take networking up. I'll put networking before mentorship, before building a portfolio. Networking will be before building a portfolio, which is attend tech meetups, conference, online forums to connect with professionals in the industry. Networking can open up opportunities and provide mentorship and keep you up to date on industry trends. So when you get to network and go to meetups, conferences like this Azure AI show, you get to know a lot of persons that are already doing what you would love to go into. And when that person helps to guide you and put you in the right way, and I think one of the persons that helped me during my tech journey, although the person wasn't a tech enthusiast, the person was more into the business angle. He told me, he said, you are actually a guy who talks, who can actually bring people into business, and who loves making money. Guy, I would encourage you to learn anything that has to do to enhance your business in a technological way. That was the word the person told me, and that was it for me. I had to come down into I came down to Nigeria from the States, and I'm like, okay, time to get more knowledge. And I stormed into Microsoft 365. And 5 years down the line, I can tell you, okay, I'm doing better on it. I have a team, and I have a lot of trainees and a lot of people who are looking up to me as a mentor. But it's because I got someone who took me through that part. It's because I attended the seminar and I heard the person talk like that. So that's what puts me into the next phase. So now you create your portfolio based on the skills and on the projects you've done. Now I think few months ago, Teresa talked about this, whereby she said always jot down whatever thing you're doing. Always put a pen down. Always put something down to say, this is the process, this is what I'm doing, this is where I've done, this is what I've done, this is how I intend doing this. When you keep creating a portfolio for yourself, creating an archive for yourself that has details of all you've practiced and all you've encountered in your journey, it gives you opportunities and it opens more doors for you when it comes to seeking for a job or looking for any opening or opportunities. Because when I get to look at your portfolio, for me, for one, when I recruit people, I just check what you've done. I barely ask questions on, can you do this? Can you do this? No, just want to see what you've done. And once I see that, I'm good to go. I just pick you up and I give you that same stuff based on your portfolio and based on what you said you can do. And then you are good to go. Then after which, for those, like I said, I mentioned getting get an education. It's actually relative, basically. It's not a force that you should go into the four walls of school of the institution. You can actually do that from a boot camp. You can actually do that from different training platforms. Like I mentioned already, you can actually do that from the Coursera, Udemy, and its likes. You can actually come to forums like this. I think Solomon has a training platform about that, the ABC to cloud. I have one that talks about getting started with Microsoft 365 and Azure, and you are currently on one that says the Azure and AI show. So you can get into stuffs like this and get your mentors, get your trainers, reach out to them one on one, and get yourself more things that you need to help amplify your goals, to help amplify your work ethics, to help build a portfolio for yourself, and to give you a clear direction and a clear picture of where you are going to. So basically, I would say keep learning, keep learning, keep learning, keep reaching out, keep attending as much as possible, as much seminars, trainings, whatever you want to do. Just keep going into it. I wrote here, I said, everyone is set to attain whatever you desire in tech, but you must be intentional to knowing what suits you best. So, not everything you should do, and not everything you should venture into. It depends on how your skill set is being aligned. It depends on what tricks you more, what intrigues you more. It depends on what makes you happy, what you can do seamlessly. Except if you are going the extra mile of getting yourself worked out. So you need to learn a lot of skills. But in tech, do whatever aligns with your goals. Do whatever aligns with the person, your being. So when you see that this thing aligns with your brain, your best competition should be yourself. Always learn, always improving yourself. And if you don't want to be left out, you have to keep learning, keep attending seminars, keep getting information. So these are other needed tips that I said. Get an internship or an entry level position. Stay up to date or stay updated. Then this is my mastery, the best place I think I shine more, which is your soft skills. I wrote soft skills matter. The soft skill is actually on majority of the jobs or majority of the interviews I've attended. Basically, they don't they pay attention to 60 or 40%, between 40 to 60% of my technical skills. They just want to know how I pass the information to them. They just want to hear that I am confident in what I can do and I can actually deliver what I said I can do. So your soft skills, it's paramount, it's skill, it's basic, it's one of the major things you must develop yourself on. If it means you learning more, if it means you going to learn different pronunciations, registering yourself on different speech trainings, whatever it is, just get yourself the best. Get yourself the best trainer, get yourself the best coach or guide. Just keep helping yourself, except you want to be on the back end, which is as a back end developer. You want to be where you don't have to speak English a lot, where you don't have to talk to people, where you don't have to relate to a lot of customers. You just want to be on the back end. And if that's your goal, then no problem. But if that's not your goal, you want to be on the front end, you want to talk, you want to be like us, you want to train, you want to be able to talk to people, you want to be able to pass all the skills and the talent and the intelligence you've gained and the mastery you've gained over the years. Then work on your soft skills. Some of us, one of our limitations happens to be our soft skills. We know a whole lot, but how to bring it out is the problem, or how to push it out there is the problem. So work on your soft skills, get someone to coach you in it, if that is what you need. But if that's not what you need, keep talking, just keep talking. One of these days you get clearer. Keep talking, keep pushing it out there. Don't let anything limit you. And like I said, continuous learning and creating a LinkedIn profile. And I said I did put it in order. So creating a LinkedIn profile would also help you. LinkedIn is a platform for majority of the business folks. So getting your profile out there and setting up your profile to attract your likes or your kind is actually necessary if you want to actually thrive more in this space. And there is a blog I created about the steps on getting a job as an intern or an entry level. I will be sharing that link as well. And after this as well, I'll be sharing that link to talk about how to get an internship job and how to get an entry level job. But that means that would be after you've gotten to know what you want to do in tech and how to come into tech. And after creating your LinkedIn profile, you can actually build your resume from your LinkedIn profile, or you can actually create your resume on a different platform entirely. You can do that from your Microsoft Word. Microsoft Word has given us a lot of crazy templates, and we can play with that as well. We can get things done. You can actually search. You can do the search from your Microsoft Word as well, and you can make things work for yourself. So, with all these are done and some other little information, you are welcome to the Tech Life. And I would say gracias. I would say welcome, welcome. That's what I can say. Welcome. So basically, those are the informations I would just love to share today about that. I think I'm good.
That
Frank.
was great, Timidea. That was very good advice and tips there. Very good. And I must say, you're well able to put it out there yourself. Good speaker, man. Good, very good.
Thank you.
Welcome, Paul. See you joined us there. Very welcome. I was showing that thing there, that link to Vidaya. I'll just share my screen. I posted it probably 2 years, maybe a bit more ago, so it might be a bit out of date, but we will see. It's, the track where people can go. 1 second there now. So if you see my screen, can you see my screen?
Yes. Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. So this is up in my blog there, frankfalvey.cloud. So the different areas for the certification. So you at the start you got the fundamentals. Was that the thing you were thinking about, Timmy?
Yeah, definitely. That's what I was talking about. You can there's a roadmap that talks about becoming an Azure networks engineer, and there's a roadmap of becoming, yeah, basically this is it. The learning part is exactly what I was talking about. And for a lot of technologies, we do have this roadmap, and some we don't have it. So this is actually cool. This is what I'm talking about.
Okay. So I'll just share that link again for that. 1 sec now. So the link should come across the screen there now. Yeah. So I have all this on my blog for all the different. So if somebody who's looking to do the Azure Solutions Architect, can show them the path where to go. The data and AI one. Some of this stuff now might be
I've
slightly
been
out.
duplicated, yeah.
Yeah, but it might just give them an idea of the different learning paths, some of
Yeah.
the different models. So that's on my blog if anybody wants to have a look at it. Just see the date when I posted this one. So that was probably around March 2020, so it's slightly out of date, but we see what Timidaya was talking about there anyway. Yeah.
So I just actually, Frank, to come in on that, I actually just released a series of blog postings on all the fundamental level certifications. So if you check out the Journey to the Cloud website, we have them up there. And obviously, if anyone wants to add in any more articles that they feel are worth putting up there, we can as well. So even if you wanted to do new revised editions of those paths, we could do that, Frank.
Can you share me the link there? Can you text it on to me there on LinkedIn, and people can actually access it? I'll put it up on the banner at the end as
Yeah,
well.
sure. Yeah, no problem.
So I see we are going out through Facebook as well. We have 3 LinkedIn accounts, 2 2 YouTube accounts, and Facebook. So going out through 8 different platforms this evening. So it's a good reach. So I hope it'll help people. Second now. Okay, got that there, Matthew.
No, not a problem, Frank. So, Stephen, are you currently an MVP, or are you going down the route of it?
No, not yet. Yeah.
Not yet. You're getting
Yeah.
there. And
Yeah.
yourself, Paul, are you same or?
No, I'm just a trainer at the moment, but I can work hard on it.
Yeah, fair enough. I was just wondering. You should connect with me on LinkedIn.
I'll do that now.
Get those connections moving, as they say. Because I'm terrible. I go on to video calls and streams with people, and it's like, oh yeah, I'll connect with you, and you forget. You just forget.
Oh,
But
cool.
it's
Where are you from?
I'm from Ireland as well, so I'm only down the road from Frank.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm only down the road from him. Frank was involved in the original podcast and streaming back 2-3 years ago when we started our other show as well. So he's one of the original founders with us. So
So just to ask, is this every Saturday night?
Yes.
I wasn't sure because it's my first one, and I wasn't sure if they were random or how it worked. So I just went onto LinkedIn and I saw this, and I thought, you know what, I just better jump in because it's the first time I've joined one of these. Is it just?
So every Saturday at 7 p.m. GMT. So this is the second year, the start of the second year of the Azure and AI Show. And if you see there, the bottom of the screen there, journey to the cloud.ie.
Yeah.
So we run that every Thursday at 8 p.m. GMT once a month. So that's kind of a mixture of everything from Microsoft 365 to cloud to anything at all, really, if somebody wants to speak about stuff.
But this is more, the Saturday is more the cloud, is it?
No, it is everything, really.
So,
okay.
So
On-prem, yeah.
Saturday,
On-prem.
Paul, is everything. So it's Frank. It kept cutting in whatever was going on there.
Sorry, Matt, I couldn't find you on LinkedIn. Is it just your spelling as on the screen, or?
Yeah, that's my spelling.
That's Matthew Brown.
Yeah. If you're connected with Frank, you should see me. I actually tagged him in a post just only 10-15 minutes ago, Paul.
Okay.
Hold on a sec. I'll send you my I'll actually send you my LinkedIn link. Make it easier. So, kind of, Paul, the AI show is not just like Frank was saying there. He does AI on it, but it kind of covers everything, really. You know, so it's I just sent it there.
Okay, this could be cool. Yeah, I think
Frank, you might just post it on the thing there so Paul can see it.
It's under Matthew B, isn't it? That's why I didn't see it.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, Matthew B, yeah. So it just connects now. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'll definitely join in one or two of these and just learn from you guys and stuff. I'm struggling with to verify this member knows you, please enter the
What's it asking?
It's asking me to verify that you know me. I need to give them your email address, otherwise it won't.
Oh yeah, that's easy. It's my name, at aircom.net.
Aircom.
Aircom, EIRCOM.net.
Okay, let me try.
It's okay. I just gave away the secret to the answer now for people trying to connect with me.
All right. Let me try that again. Aircom.net. Okay. Did you send the request through to me as well? Did you?
No, because I actually don't have your surname, Paul.
Let me do it from my end then.
Thanks.
Oh,
Thanks.
Yeah, I think Paul is in is connected to the Azure and AI LinkedIn
It's on the group. Yeah.
message.
right. There,
Paul
Andrew's
is on the
there.
group. Yeah.
Yeah.
So have you locked that down so only people? Is that how you set it up? Or?
Yeah, I've locked it down because I have basically anyone that I've worked with from Microsoft knows me. So I'd have too many people adding me from different companies, not just Microsoft. So I have it kind of capped just so
Have you
that
worked?
people.
You've worked with Microsoft, have you?
Yeah, I've worked with Microsoft multiple times. So I have never actually worked for them, but I work with them. So I actually work for Avanade, which
Okay.
are
Ah.
Microsoft Accenture group. So it's basically like working for Microsoft essentially, but you're not.
So I've got Matthew Brown at aircom.net.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, myself and Matthew, we had an event in Microsoft in Dublin last year.
Yep.
Last April. It was a full day event. We kind of it was securing Microsoft infrastructure.
Yeah.
And we had a good lot of people talking there for the day, and Matthew done a talk, I done a talk. So
We actually did 2 events up there.
yeah.
I need to know more about. I never go to these events because I'm just sort of like I'm more of an Office 365 guy.
Paul, I'm that guy too. You work with Office 365 administration, yeah?
Not administration, no, just the software side. So
Okay,
as
the
you
software. Yeah.
and all the stuff behind the scenes, I'm not really. It's not my thing. It's more the front end. So I think it's something I need to look into. So I've sent the connection request through, and Saturdays at 7, you might just see me again. I'm struggling with Copilot. I don't quite like it yet, but I'm sure it will get better.
Yeah, I'd say it will get better. It's only in its infancy, you know. We had Microsoft Designer last year came out, and it was very kind of clunky at the start. Whereas we were using it during the year, things got better.
Mm.
So it's
I
kind
still
of
can't. Mine doesn't work on my. Mine doesn't work on my desktop. It works on the web, but not on the desktop, which is a bit weird.
yeah. It is a web-based thing anyway. So listen, guys, we're kind of just gone over the hour, and we'll be back again the same time next week. Thanks again, Timothy, for the great talk and encouraging people to connect and network and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully, Joseph will be back next week to continue his demo. He was having some broadband issues. So, guys, thanks again for joining us, Paul, Stephen, Matthew, Timoteo, and for myself, Frank Falvey here in Cork, in Ireland. See you next week at the same time.
Take care,
If you
gents.
need any help, reach out to us on LinkedIn.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
All right, guys.
Lovely to meet you all.
Yeah, guys. Yeah.
Cheers.
Bye.
So I'm just sending